All right, let's go. Rob,
Said,
it's another episode of the Social Work and the Mentor.
Yeah.
Bruv, this is a big one, you know.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
So the energy's right. Got two fantastic
Do you
guests.
see who's here?
No. One's in pink, one's in black.
Yeah.
One showing leg, one showing arms.
Bruv, I'm just saying, do you see who's in this room?
I know, bruv.
You know who's in this
That's
room?
what I'm saying,
Do you know these two people?
Yeah, listen, I've been intrigued to meet these two from
Listen, guys.
I've been watching their pods.
Guys,
Yeah.
you see these two powerhouses in here, yeah? Bruv, we all went to uni together. All of us.
History.
Literally.
10 years, you
10
know.
years.
I know.
No, the energy's nice here.
Nice.
I don't
It's
think I've
high.
seen it since uni, man.
Nah.
No.
It's not since uni, innit?
What?
No, we talked
That long?
literally
Yeah,
since
yeah.
graduation.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Bro.
10 years.
Life
10
is
years,
enlightening.
bruv.
You're a liar.
Yeah, social work, bro.
Chale.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Oh
Now, but
my
you know what?
gosh.
Introduce yourselves.
Go first.
Introduce
Hi,
yourselves.
everyone. I'm Stephanie, aka Wonder Woman.
Hi guys, I'm Shells. I've got my podcast, Mama Drama Pod, and also YouTube channel I Am Shells, where you guys watch some of our videos with Steph and also my own.
Fantastic.
Nice
And
to meet
guys, you know who we are, social worker and a mentor. But listen, you need to
Like and subscribe.
Are they like and subscribe?
You know it's free, innit?
Yeah. Guys, you know it's free.
It's free.
Like, subscribe, share. We're everywhere. But you need to like and subscribe to their channels. You're gonna see it here. You're gonna see their little. You see it on your little dashboard right there. Yeah. Yeah. Listen.
Top, bottom,
They're
left
on
and right.
Instagram.
Yeah.
They're on Twitter. You know where to go, and TikTok as well. Come on, guys. You
Hey,
need to like and subscribe.
Hey, you know these are trendsetters, you know. Like you know, like, I'm trying to clock it and like analyze the thing, you know. Like you know, like trendsetters, you know.
Listen,
Yeah.
I've been watching Rochelle and Stephanie's channel from day one, you know. Listen,
Day one.
honestly.
Thank you.
Come on, man.
man.
No, let's clap for you now.
sometimes you
Have to clap.
Thanks,
Have to clap,
guys.
honestly.
Listen, sometimes you have to give flowers, you know.
No, you gotta give
man.
flowers. Set in pace.
Thank you, guys.
Set in absolute pace. Honestly, because listen, you know what? Yeah, you
come
see at
on.
work, when I've gone to places, they're like, do you know Rochelle, Stephanie? Like, yeah, went to uni. Wait, really? You knew them? I was like, yeah, like, I know them, you know, like, you know, went to uni, like, together.
Oh,
all
man.
graduated the same uni. Trust me, you know, but this is going to be a juicy topic, innit? I don't need to tell them to talk
No,
about
but you
things
know,
they do.
but like you know, like obviously I don't know you two, but you know, like when you watch their videos, like you
Yeah.
get to, like I love both of your personalities. Yeah,
I love it, bruv.
Thank you.
one is she'll just listen, yeah, right. The other one is like, no, babe, listen. Hey, am I right or wrong though?
Nah, bruv,
You know,
you know what, yeah?
I could.
Bruv, do you know what, yeah? Stephanie and Rochelle are so... I remember one time we was in lecture, yeah? And I won't forget this, innit? But I was in lecture, talking,
Yeah.
innit?
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
Stephanie said, like... I think my hands were dry, innit? And then Stephanie just brought the Vaseline. She's like, Nana. Like, do you remember that, Stephanie, innit? Back in the class, yeah. No, so basically, I was talking, innit? And then my hands were dry. Stephanie went to her bag, whipped up the Vaseline. She goes, Nana, innit? I was like, oh, Stephanie, thank you. She goes, I was like, you clap for that. She goes, I hope not. You were so, because Nana, what was best for you? I was like, listen, if my lips are dry, if my lips are dry and crackling, yeah, it's good that you're telling me it's dry.
Oh man.
Oh gosh, that is so funny that you actually remember that. I don't know.
Hey, did you feel violated at my home? Did you feel violated?
No, I was happy, you know.
Yeah.
Listen, nah. If fellas, this is not telling you, your skin is
For
dry.
true.
You best go
Yeah,
with
yeah,
your
yeah,
skin.
yeah, yeah.
Nah, I'm
It's so
telling you.
funny.
You know,
man.
so I'm really happy, but I want to just let's focus on both of you. So tell us about your experiences in social work as women, as black women. What made you both start vlogging and going into podcasting?
Well, no. First of all, why social work?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the motivation? What was the inspiration? Like
you go
what
first.
made you?
First.
Like, what was the passion?
Okay, I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. I always wanted to be like a child psychologist.
Oh.
And I spoke to my mum and I was like, I want to do child psychology. And my mum was like, I haven't really heard about any child psychology roles. So why don't you try social work, and that will kind of like pan out your journey in terms of what you want to do. So then I was like, okay. I mean, you're a social worker. My mum's a social worker, and she's qualified. She's done it for many years. Blah blah blah. So I was like, okay, let's try it. and that's how I got into social work.
Okay.
So in terms of like, everyone's like, oh, I'm really passionate to be a social worker. That's not me. I don't have that burning passion or desire. And you probably remember from like uni days when we were just strolling into lectures.
Bruv.
We will come late. The whole class hated us.
You won't even
we
come.
couldn't even come.
So we're rocking. See that lectures on
Yeah.
Listen, these lot are coming 10:30, you know. Not even, oh, we're sorry, just show right there. And everyone's doing this, innit?
Oh, man.
Listen, like, no, but.
So that's my story.
Okay.
Stephanie?
Yeah, no, for me, in college, actually, my initial plan was to be a paediatrician. Yeah, because my sister, she wanted to do medicine and she was studying medicine.
Okay.
And then I thought, yeah, pediatrics. So if she's getting A's and I'm getting B's and GCSEs, that means that she can help me kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I chose maths, biology, chemistry, psychology in hope to be a paediatrician. I just knew I wanted to work with children.
Yeah.
And then that's why I chose pediatrics. And then after that, I hated maths, A-level maths. I hated chemistry. So I was just like, nah, what else? I used to watch Tracy Beaker. And I thought, okay, cool, social work. So I researched about it. And I thought, okay, cool, social work. What do I need to get into uni with social work? Sociology, social sciences. And I was doing social sciences already. So I was like, okay, cool, social work it is. So, yeah, it wasn't my initial plan, but it was just a way to work with children that wasn't medicine.
So what I want to ask is that, so in terms of your experiences, so you're both very much seasoned social workers. What has your experiences been like in terms of being women in social work, in terms of like career progression, going up the ladder? You know, I know that Rob, me and you spoken about burnout, but what's your experience? Because there's a lot of women in social work. Tell us about your experiences. How have people viewed you?
All right. So,
I don't know what Shells' view, but I've never been
on.
someone that wanted to go into management and social work anyway.
Yeah.
I've always, but I can see but I don't know whether it's because I can see what it's like or whether it was just not my interest. But, yeah, a lot of social women in social work, but I can see it boils down to, can I say this?
yeah, go on.
Like ethnic minorities,
Right.
and yeah, that's what I've seen.
Yeah.
The rest of them make it. The rest of them are still struggling. But what my view is, the ones that are struggling, like the ethnic minorities, are the ones that I can see they do a better job.
Right.
Okay.
They're amazing social workers, very highly knowledgeable, like innovative, like so many things. And but I don't see that in the other side.
Right.
But they're always the ones that elevate very quickly, and I'm just like, how?
Rochelle, what are you saying?
I mean, she's hit the nail on the head, guys.
Yeah,
I'm not sure when this episode is going to be out, but I have recently stepped up into a DTM post.
Oh!
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Winning season.
Yeah. Winning.
Yeah, so
DTM, deputy.
Team manager,
Yes.
if you don't know. But I will be stepping back down, and I'll tell you guys why. I'm trying to exit left at some point.
Right.
However, for me, and like you've mentioned, there's a lot of women in social work, and a lot of these women are mothers in social work. And I just want to obviously shout out the podcast and me plug myself. But
No, plug it. Listen, plug it,
man.
throw it,
Plug
eat it, everything. Plug it.
Obviously, you guys know that I am a mum.
Yeah.
So for me, when I started social work, my whole life has shifted now because I'm a parent.
Yeah.
So I always say this in every single video. I had a colleague, a friend, we was working together, and we were there bashing our tires.
I know what you're gonna say.
Literally bashing our keyboards, trying to get 5 p.m. for MASH. And she was like, why am I here stressing myself? Every single child matters, including my own. Home.
That's real talk.
Can you run that bar back again, please?
Literally, every single child matters, including my own.
Done. Real talking up. Yeah.
And ever since she said that, that has stuck with me like glue. Because I'm like, I can't be here on the phone to parents. You're at home with your kids doing what you need to do.
Yeah.
And my child is either A, waiting for me still at nursery, he's going to be the last child there, or I've got him in front of his iPad, giving him no attention because I'm dealing with other families. The balance is not balancing. So, yeah.
And you know, it's so crazy as well. Sorry. Do you know, it's so crazy? There's a lot of professionals who feel at times they're putting other people's pitney them and children before their own. Yeah. And then when you get home, you're thinking, right, what am I doing? Do you know what I mean? And everything. Yeah, so you are right. The balance it's difficult, isn't it? Yeah, it's very difficult and everything. But how do you manage that? Or what advice would you give to potential social workers or new social workers who are parents as well?
I would say you have to definitely strike a balance. I would say you have to be very boundaried in social work. A lot of our work happens out of hours, i.e. you're logging on the system on the weekend, you're doing extra work after 5. And in different professions, i.e. if you're in the corporate world, if you're in banking, they're logging off at 5, they're going to get their drinks and they're gone. Like, do you know what I mean? But it's only in social work that you're sitting there still like, oh my gosh, my case notes are not up to date. This is not up to date. That's not up to date. And the long and short of it is, we're never going to be up to date. And you know what dawned on me the other day? It's because we're living in real time. We're actually following people's lives in real time.
Step by step.
You're never actually going to be up to date. So even when you vlog, like you're editing the night before's vlog, you're never actually filming and uploading in real time. So you're never going to be up to date in life. So why are we here stressing ourselves, trying to get on case notes from, I've done about maybe 5 visits on Monday. I'm never going to be able to get all my case notes on from Monday to Wednesday.
True.
It's not possible.
It's true.
So I feel like in social work, parents need to give themselves grace. Like, you need to give yourself grace. Like, you are a parent, you've got your own family, you've got your own circumstances, you've got your own stuff going on. And physically, you cannot burn out tending to others, giving to others, and then you're not able to look after yourself. So
and this is the thing that I always go and say, bro. I say that as a social worker, your tray's never empty.
It's never
empty tray. You know what I'm saying? Your tray is always going to be full.
So, I talk to a lot of social workers, and a lot of social workers cry in my car. There was bawling in my car, you know. I
always say, you haven't been a social worker if you ain't cried.
Yeah. But there seems to be recently, in 2022, 2003, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of distaste right now in social work. Where's that pressure coming from? Is it management? Is it the job role? Is it society? Like, what's your guys' point of view on that?
It's just the fact that managers have unrealistic expectations, but then when you think about it,
I keep it real in.
Nah, but the thing is,
for me, listen, bro. I protect my team there, innit? Like, definitely
don't take it personal, no.
I protect my team, innit?
Hey, see the spotlight, yeah? Zoom.
No, but I hear what Stephanie's saying though. Nah,
come on, forehead getting shiny, you know.
Talk it up though. Talk it up.
It boils down to the fact that I always say, are you going to bleep swear words? I don't know. But I always say social work is low-key bullshit. The reason why I say that is because when you talk about social work, we're talking about like all the difficulties families are experiencing and how we can solve those. But then at the top, they're thinking about statistics and they're thinking about budgets. They're not thinking about what's actually happening. What are the actual problems?
That's a problem.
And how can we find resources that can deal with those problems? They're not thinking that. They're thinking, budget, statistics. Then, because different boroughs are competing against each other, Ofsted and all of that stuff. So they want their statistics to be robot level, and we are not robots. That's the bottom line.
Didn't I say that the other day? The robot life.
Yeah. It's always discussed this on it, conveyor belt system. Exactly. And this is the problem, you see, and this is what social workers are feeling. That actually, you know what? You know, those at the top, they're not really seeing what's happening on the ground, really. It's a big impact on social workers.
Yeah, and it's not really the manager, because the manager has to manage and
has the
meet
people
expectations.
At the top.
It's like, hello, at the top, do you remember when you were a social worker and what it was like?
Stephanie came with a box.
It's so annoying.
Trust me. No, but it's true.
No, it is annoying.
That's true. It's true.
It is annoying. The flip side, though, and this is me just talking from the managerial perspective, because I'm in those managers meetings. I'm in those thingies. It's like, okay, cool. So we know we're working with families. We know we need to work with change. We know we need to support families. everything we do in social work, and we know this because we've studied it at uni, is time measured. So everything is measured with time. So yes, we're saying with this family's in crisis, but actually in terms of like timescales, in terms of our planning, there always has to be like an end date. We cannot just keep the ball rolling and keep going
100%.
because that's exhaustion. So when we're saying, okay, this assessment needs to be done within 35 working days.
It needs to be done in
45
working days.
45 working days, you know what I mean? And if you can't, what's the rationale for that? Have you spoken to your manager? Have you brought it to their attention? Why is it that there's always a repeated social worker in the team that's always
in the red?
But the thing is,
why?
But that seems to be
that's just the flip. That's just the flip side.
But in response to that flip,
Go. No,
it's true.
She's gonna say what I was gonna say. No, go on.
It's valid, and it's actually doable. However, when it comes to caseloads, if you got 40 children,
you're always gonna be in the red. Yeah, it's true.
Like how?
All right, okay,
you can meet those 45 days.
So,
but for how many children?
Right, so this is part of the reason why I don't want to be a social worker, right? Yeah, because I know I'll just be badding up people, right? Yeah, listen, you're not putting 40 people on my tray, you know, right? Yeah. For me, that's already part of the pressure. You like even before you wake up from your bed at 6 o'clock in the morning, you go gym, go get your pitty, then ready for school and everything, right? Yeah, you're already under pressure at 9 a.m. already.
Yeah.
As soon as you get in,
does that need to change the caseload? Because how achievable is the achievable with 40k or 30 caseloads?
It's not achievable.
I think
every social worker has that.
15 to like 18 is you're gonna get everything on time. Well, for me, But once I can't remember the last time. Apart from MASH, I can't remember the last time I was on that in frontline.
Because how do you? Because you can't give that all them family the same expertise and time and you know.
It's impossible.
It's hard. It's hard, isn't it?
It's hard. You can't.
Impossible.
The thing is, Rob, you can't, because like even with the team that I manage, social workers right now. I mean, I've brought caseloads down. But I'm still going out helping social workers as a TM. If your team manager's going out to do visits, that's a problem. Because
you're not.
Because I got, like right now, I got like 180 children right now that I'm looking at. So if I'm going out helping social workers, not that I'm not gonna ever leave my team destitute. But you won't really get team managers going out and stepping out and helping their social workers. Like, I was out till 10 last week. Helping a social worker out with some children. Do you know what I'm saying? So what Stephanie and Rochelle are saying is right. If you got a big caseload, you can't do effective work.
No.
You can't.
What needs to change to make it enjoyable? Because
where's the enjoyment?
That was a good one.
Nah, it's true.
No, because you know, all right. Let me elaborate a little bit more. As we know, there's a massive caseload of social workers just resigning or leaving social work, even with teachers as well, right? Yeah, but for me, it's because like what needs to change? Like, how can we make the job more enjoyable and more content? And
get us lot at the top, and then we can then tell them exactly how to
Thank you. Okay. That's it.
Because there's no one like us lot upstairs.
Yeah, no, there isn't. And that's what I wanted to go on to, because you've both got your own podcast. You both vlog.
I don't have a podcast.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Vlog.
YouTube.
Sorry. Apologies, innit?
Now you got told.
Yeah. No. So you have your own YouTube channel, and as I said, innit, a lot of social workers listen to the both of you. What made you both want to start doing that? Because I think a lot of social workers speak to me and say, you know what, they can resonate with your experiences. What was the kind of motivation behind that?
To be honest, there was no motivation for me. It was just one lockdown day. I was doing my makeup. I thought, let me just do a get ready with me. But obviously, social work is. Yeah. I don't want to say social work is our lives, but because it's not. But it's very. It's there in it. So I thought, let me just actually talk about what's on my mind right now.
Yeah.
As I'm doing get ready with me, so I was just doing my face about 3.5 years ago, whatever. And then I spoke about social work, and then the comments was. Like, they wanted to know more. They had so many questions. Can you do a video on this? Can you do a video on that? I was like, oh, you guys want to hear about social work? Oh my gosh, I've never seen a UK girl talking about social work, blah, blah, blah.
Trendsetter.
Yeah.
No, so I was like, okay. Yeah. So I started to do a few videos, and I was like, what can actually help people? Agency versus not agency. This versus that. Social work teams, blah, blah, blah. And when Shell started YouTube,
she was like to me, Shoals, you like talking.
Yeah.
You need to talk, because And then I was like, okay, it's a no-brainer. I was trying to fight because I was like, I really don't want my spare time to be taken up with more social work stuff. But then, as you guys know, I'm like, So for me, it works really well. And I'm more of the like, Steph is more like the calm one. She'll talk you through the whole thing and she'll help you understand that. Whereas I'm like the informative, like you need to know this, you need to know that. So whilst we're doing the same content, it's very different.
But you know what though, right? I'll tell you what I love about both of them, right? Yeah. Like we had this conversation. So in university, I feel university students studying social care is very outdated. I also find as well that social work apprenticeships in local authority is also a little bit outdated. But when I see you two, they're actually getting the real.
This is it.
What's going like? This is what you do day to day. Do you know what I mean? And
but it's representation.
That's why you've been a success.
It's representation as well. Because a lot of social workers who I do speak to, they will speak to me and say, no, we listen to Rochelle, we listen to Stephanie. Because actually, it's kind of like, imagine like if you're a young black female student and you're watching what they're saying, you know, actually, no, that's somebody who I can resonate with in terms of my own experiences. So actually what they're doing is fantastic work. It's big.
Yeah, it's massive.
Thank you.
It's big. It's big.
And then when we come together, people really like.
Your chemistry's on point, you know.
They absolutely love it.
I didn't even know I had chemistry.
No, I know.
I just realised that. Have you done a live?
Have we ever done? We've never done.
What?
You've never done it? You need to.
Are you being serious with me?
No, we haven't.
What are you waiting for?
Why not?
But why should we do lives?
Why?
We haven't.
Why not?
Do you know what? We have thought about it because I did mention it and we was just like imminent
We're changing that. Yeah. You're doing a live.
Tell me the benefit of it.
The benefit?
Yeah.
All right, I'll tell you the benefit. So we have many links in the universities, right? Do you know much of them university students that we done that talk to? Right?
Yeah.
A lot of them were females. They were, you would be magic for them.
Yeah.
Right? To hear your experience.
Yeah.
You know, they'd be like, oh my God, there's two black women there.
Yeah. No, but it's true. No, but it's true though.
I'll tell you what it is for me as well, right? You're like, you're also like, you're mentoring, aren't you? You're teacher, right? You're a leader as well. So they're scared, you know. Listen, I don't know if you looked in their eyes, you know. None of them look scared. They look lost, bro.
When we did our live
yeah.
Let's be real.
They
oh
are.
my gosh.
Yeah.
First year social work, second year social work. I don't know about you guys. I didn't know what social work was until my last placement. And I was like, oh.
That's when it hit me.
I was like, this is social work. Because what we're being taught is theories and Second placement was
but it's true though.
Social care.
That is true.
I didn't see one social worker come into that home. So I'm like, what
is social work do? Yeah.
So then imagine we had like these podcasts and YouTube videos at that time.
Yeah.
And we didn't have that.
We
didn't. And that's the thing. Like when we were studying, I said before, there was no YouTube channel. There was no, if there were podcasts, they're not doing what Rochelle definitely did. There's none of that.
Yeah.
Now you've got so many podcasts and YouTube channels that are out there where people could be like, actually, no, you know what they're saying is right. I can resonate with that. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, Charles done a video recently about why social workers are so scared. And to be honest, a lot of them are scared.
It's a good topic though.
Because when I started talking about social work on my YouTube, people would ask me, are you not scared that the families, are you not scared that the managers, are you not scared? Scared of what?
Yeah, it's true.
What, speaking the truth? Like, what is the problem?
And you know what?
No, but you know, right? No, but you say that though, but that's what I'm trying to say to you. So it's like, I'm going to use Timmy as an example now, right? Yeah. Like, let's say like there's a joint visit, with a male and female social worker, and let's say maybe like a YOS officer, right, or a teacher, whatever, whatnot. And you're going to some, you're doing a home visit now, and then the mum comes and she's telling you like, right, what are you doing on my doorstep? And she's throwing water at you, or there's a dad and he's quite big, whatever, whatnot, and he intimidates you. Like, who prepares them for that? Who tells them that, right, one day you might be in that scenario or situation?
Yeah, exactly.
And this is what you got to do.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
It's tricky. I just think that I'm glad that we have, even you guys, to be fair, have like taken the leap of faith and the step to kind of like actually just share the content, because I just feel like, I always say it, what you read in those books and what your lectures lecture, that is nothing. And for me, you were even lucky that you had placements in social care. I had voluntary. I had no idea what I was getting into. I didn't know nothing. Like drug and alcohol services, working with a charity. It was literally when I left and I got a job in a drug and alcohol service that they were like to me, Rochelle, why have you not done your ASYE? Like, what are you
Yeah.
waiting for? And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Sort of
Yeah.
like, but I applied and then I got a job, and then it was like, oh, so this is what everyone, the stress that people
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Do you? Sorry. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, no. Actually, land. I'll come in after.
Okay, so being a social worker, and you're gonna be working with a different variation of cases and young people, right? Yeah, but then as you know, what level of extra support or knowledge did you gain in, like maybe like autism, or dealing with children with SEN, or dealing with families from different cultures? So what else did you add, to your your expertise to like be a bit more well-rounded?
How you make a referral to children with disabilities team?
Oh.
Yeah. No, but
okay.
You don't specialise.
Yeah.
We don't know
Right. Okay.
much at all. But being a social worker, I have seen, I've learned what the different traits are in like autism, ADHD, and that's what I've learned from like the cases that I've worked with. You're learning on the go. You're learning during your practice. There is no training in frontline related to that, because they still need you to know more about safeguarding, more about the techniques to deal with safeguarding issues,
processes,
child protection, FGM, all those stuff come before that, because we're not children with disabilities team.
Yeah.
So you're learning on the go when there are those cases that don't meet the CWD threshold, but there's stuff that you need to work with, and there's other services you can get the parents involved in.
Yeah. There's something I want to ask, but it's quite deep, because you mentioned, Stephanie, earlier in terms of like social work and who's at the top, who's at the bottom, the inequalities that exist, and I'll be vocal about that, innit? Yeah. So in terms in terms of perceptions, what barriers have you both faced as female social workers, as black women, even doing your YouTube channels and your vlogging? What barriers have you faced, or kind of criticism? Because with me and him, when we first started our podcast, people were like, a lot of people questioned our expertise and knowledge. And we knew it's because we're mandem. It's like, because you don't see brothers doing this, talking about social work and education is why you're scrutinizing us.
Well, a lot of people in the comments.
In a few of the comments that we had in the earlier episodes that we did. In terms of your...
No. Elaborate a little bit more for 30 seconds, Like, let them know the thing, because... So with... And even today as well. So what kind of me and Rob have kind of found is that when we're speaking on certain topics, our level of expertise and knowledge is always at times being questioned, isn't it? All the time. And like at one stage, we had to go and say, look, these are guys who are very much, we've got experience. We're not qualified. We've actually got a lot of experience. So, and we kind of know that underlining this, because it's black men doing this. You think that we haven't got knowledge and expertise. So we had to clap back. Even today, I've had to clap back today from a fellow social worker who's tried a thing. Do you know what I'm saying? So I've had to say, like, don't think because you're seeing brothers that we can't, we're not professional.
And
I think that's what it is. Like, sometimes they like might look at me, look at Nana. Yeah. But what they're forgetting is that we're seasoned
people in.
Do you know what I mean? Right? Yeah. So for me, it don't bother me sometimes. Sometimes it bothers me. Sometimes I'm thinking, right, who's this guy like, man? Like what? And I clap him back, and they say to me, no, Robert, stop. Like, nah, bruv. And vice versa, But then at the same time as well, right, we're actually providing good content, which is triggering conversations. So we're doing something right. Do you know what I mean? But you get it sometimes.
Exactly,
like,
but for yourselves, though,
you. So
what barriers? Keep it real.
Okay, do you know what? Yeah, for me, the barriers for me personally, and it might just be a very big Shoals issue, but my mouth is like, I don't. Okay,
you're
not
holding back.
In my head.
Shows you don't care, innit? You don't care.
That is it. Like I think something in my head and I say it. There have been times where my manager's been like, your attitude, and I'm like, there's no attitude. I'm just telling you what is going on, like the actuality of events. And let's just give you an example. There we go.
See, bro, Shows don't play.
Don't
play.
The amount of times my mouth has got me in trouble in social work. I've had to be pulled. You know that social worker that gets pulled up into the side of the office. Yeah. Rochelle, what's wrong with you? Your attitude, your demeanour. And I'm like, I'm not happy with X, Y, Z. And I've told you guys, and I don't feel listened to. Why is it okay when I express myself, you're saying it's rude or aggressive or there's tones behind it? But when, let's say, Sally, for instance, expresses herself and she's going all beetroot red in the face because she's really emotional.
Not beetroot, chat.
See, she don't care.
It's something else. No, because I can tell you guys.
This
genuinely happened once, and I've given her a different name.
Yeah.
But we had something going on within our team, and we got pulled in by the head of service. Blah 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 blah. And Sally's there, like getting all upset, all da da da. And I'm thinking, no one's addressing Sally and saying Sally's being aggressive or a bit. Her tone's really different. No one said anything. They're like, well done, Sally, you're doing da da da. But when it's me talking now, it's like, oh, Rochelle, no, you need to calm down. We don't like your tone. And I'm like, bro, number one, it's expression, okay? I'm an expressive person. I'm passionate as well. So whatever I say, you're going to hear a little bit of vim, but it's not because I'm being rude to you. It's because I'm expressing myself. And in that expression, you're going to hear different tones. You're going to hear me. Like, I might like have a deeper voice or higher voice or whatever. I might talk really fast.
You're not being
but
rude.
I'm not being rude, because if I was being rude, you would have given me my bag and my... you would have asked me to leave. That notice would have been on 10. Do you get what I mean? Or I would have been on some plan, you know, them plans that you put. So I'm just like, there's those issues there. And I feel like for a lot of black women, I feel like they probably don't feel like they can express themselves. And if you don't feel like you're heard, it's very difficult for you to say, I'm struggling with this. And then it kind of just goes under the radar and it's like, oh, she's a bad worker. She's not a bad worker. The manager just hasn't given her the forum in which she can actually just express herself. Like, and then there's lacking cultural competence. There's all of those things. We talk about it for families, but what about our workers? Do you get what I mean?
Let's not even go there.
No. I want to go there.
No, you don't.
I want to go there. No. I want to go there. No, Stephanie. I want to go there.
Episode.
It is.
But just to touch on what she's saying.
Go on. No, Stephanie, go there.
Wait. No, wait. I want you to answer, right? But I'm going to add something before you answer. Is this generically or will it depend?
I was about to talk about a specific something that happened.
No, go, Stephanie, go on.
In the office.
Go on. To
cut a long story short, I've always worn wigs, right?
Yeah.
Put that aside. One day I came to work in braids. And
not braids, child.
Braids down to my head. Literally, I came to work in braids one day, but the office was a little bit empty. I was thinking, where are the managers, blah, blah, blah. I'm seeing the managers in the room talking and blah, blah, blah. Cut a long story short, there was another manager that came in braids, and normally her hair is not good.
Okay, yeah.
But this time, it was lovely. So she came in, oh my gosh, I don't think I can talk about this. Anyway... Workers, I won't say, workers refer to her hair as looking very ethnic, and then someone said, you look like an effing gang member. And then she obviously said, F you, and just stormed off crying. But it's a hairstyle. So when you're talking about cultural competence in the workplace, do these people not understand that there's these things that happen? And plus, when people bring lunch in...
I was going to...
They might say the smell.
The smell.
No, it doesn't stink. It's a different type of seasoning that contributes to the taste that you're not used to.
Exactly.
Doesn't mean that it stinks. So I feel like the office space is still learning about cultural competence.
I agree, 100%.
You're deep it.
If you could 100%
like that
to your team members,
what about the homes that you're going into?
That's true. That's true.
100%.
Go on, man.
And you know, isn't it a shame, right? Because look, I get it. Like, you know me, I have mad haircuts and stuff. And people look at me and think, wow, this guy's not, he's not professional. Are you mad? If I want to talk jargon, if I want to talk professional, if I want to talk posh,
do you know what I mean?
It's true.
I can bring it on any time, But isn't it sad that in today's day and age, that still, even after our big qualification, where we have a fantastic expertise, that we've been judged and looked at.
Yeah.
It's sad.
I had braids. I didn't finish. I had braids, I had braids, but the thing is, nothing was aimed at me, but no one was there. So I was thinking, if they're talking about that in that office, what are they going to see when they see me with my braids now? I did speak to the higher management. She spoke to me anyway. She was asking, how do I feel about what's been said? And I said, I feel very uncomfortable. Because if they're thinking that about her coming in, she came in to work early. I came in after her. So if they're coming out the room, they would think, oh yeah, there's another one.
Yeah.
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean? I just felt very uncomfortable.
I want to ask you guys. I'm very big on being yourself. Like Nana would tell you. Nana would tell you. I bop in this place like I'm a don, right?
Yeah.
Right. Like I'm very big on be you, be yourself. Still show me your personality. How important is that? And have you been allowed to still express being yourself
and being who you are
as an individual and as a social worker or in social work? Sorry.
That's a good question. Do you know what? I just feel like we're so in social work, the work just takes over.
Okay.
I feel like freedom of expression is maybe it's pushed for certain maybe agendas. So things that might be on the whole society's radar, such as I don't know, addressing the theys, thems, and he's and she's, etc. And not to be uncloacal with that, but I'm just saying that I feel like that may be more addressed in an office space, or like even just having to put in your your signature and stuff like that, as opposed to actually embracing who physically works in the office as in terms of their appearances. Everyone dresses different. I don't know, social workers, for me, I've always dressed however I want to dress, and no one's ever said to me you need to dress up or dress down, unless I've got a conference or important meeting. I know that, and it's different, and you dress accordingly. But in terms of the office, we're sitting down at the desk. I'm going to be comfortable because I'm there for 7 hours, 8 hours, typing away. So I've always been myself. I'll wear hoops to work. I don't care. I'll slick my hair. I'll do my edges. I'll wear braids. I used to wear wigs. Don't wear them anymore. But I've always done whatever. And if you want to ask questions, they can ask. I can answer them, like, what happened to your hair? Yeah, this is not my hair. And I'm one of those black people. I don't care. I will tell you, it's not my hair. However, you've seen me when I have hair, so let's not be ignorant of that, okay? You have seen when I've had hair on my head, okay? And I will say that. I will pull you up. And I just feel like this is why I would say, why are social workers so scared? You can't be scared of the workers. You can't be scared of your manager. You can't be scared of the family. You need to vocalize things. You need to be able to talk.
No, it's true. No, she's right though.
Yeah, but at the same, and that's what I'm saying about being yourself, right? Because, like, I like dressing up. Like, might be in chinos one day, might be in tracksuit. So, for women, I know women like to like put makeup on. You know, might want to wear a skirt one day. It's hot outside.
Speaking of skirt.
Oh yeah.
Go on, Stephanie. Go on. Go on.
Like Shell said, Sally. For example, there was a Sally that used to come to the office. All she needs to do is pick up, not go to the printer, and then you see, like, you know.
Say no more.
I always say, if I was to wear that to work,
you'd get in trouble.
I would be called to the office like it's inappropriate. But why is Sally allowed? Because she does it every day. For black people, the level of skirtage that you can wear from the other. That's what I've seen anyway.
Do you feel there's a you know, in social care, and that's what I mean in terms of the role and the ethos. Do you feel it's still a little bit outdated in terms of
extremely
the ethos of it, like because it's almost like you've got to be sort of like a plain Jane in terms of how you talk, how you look, what you wear, and what comes out your mouth.
If you switch it up, it's like, oh my gosh, you've made a bit of an effort, but actually you haven't seen me when I make an effort. I switch my wigs according to what's convenient that day. I could be red today, I could be short, I could be long. And everyone knows that Steph wears wigs because, you know, because and I have people that come to me getting their wig done saying, oh, I want the exact same thing over and over again. I'm like, why? You're wasting your money getting the exact same thing. But they didn't know that it's not my hair. People need to be able to express themselves.
What's next for the both of you?
Exit.
Yeah.
You're done?
Yeah. Do you know what? I think for us, I think that we've done our stint. I think, like, with social work, there is definitely an expiry date. There is. And even though Nana is the champion of social work,
very passionate.
Honestly, very passionate.
You know?
You genuinely, there's only so much you can give to a profession like social work. There's only so much change you can make because society changes all the time. You were stated that it's outdated. Things aren't changing rapidly within services to keep up and meet the demands of what's happening in society, which makes it even more challenging. So for us, we've done our due, we've done a really good job, and I just think it will be in injustice to ourselves, actually, as just like humans, to like continue in a profession where we know things are not going to change overnight, and we know that we've given so much and you get so little back, and you're to me, mental health, physical health, it's going to get to a point where actually your body's going to start talking to you. And if that hasn't happened already,
it's true.
I don't know about you, but I'm finna go. I'm
Do you know, we were just having a conversation, because even myself, I'm feeling a little bit of emptiness, unfulfillment.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, sorry.
And
sounds like I got something orgasm there.
No, for real.
No, seriously. But that was like music to my ears.
Yeah.
And
seriously,
I love what I do. You know, I work with young offenders, inclusion. You know, going to schools, whatever, whatnot. But I'm very passionate. I'm very I get bored quite quick. I'm very you know, I'm on to the next thing, you know, what's the next challenge? Oh, is that it? What next, you know? So, but at the same time as well, I've noticed there's nothing wrong with being unfulfilled. Like, why be content? But also as well, I want you guys to tell the audience this, because there are a lot of social workers who do want to leave the field, right? Yeah. And I think it's okay to leave the field, you know?
Actually okay.
It's fine, yeah.
Social work is I always say this, a very dark, toxic profession. Yes, there is a good side, but I personally feel like the bad outweighs the good in terms of the impact it has on you as a human being. Me and Shelton spoke about mental health, physical health, everything. It's just constant. 1 minute you're smiling, next minute you're kissing your teeth. Like, it's actually so annoying. So that being said, I mean, we've hit 30. So there's different things that will start impacting on our skin, our health.
No, it's true.
If you don't take precaution now, it's going to catch up with you. I feel sorry for those people that social work. Okay, well, social work is your second degree, so then you feel stuck because you then feel like you've wasted your time. And you're not happy. Listen, if you're not happy, you need to start looking at what your exit plan is. Because you will continue to be unhappy. It's not going to change. You'll be happy today and sad tomorrow.
And you know what we were saying? You know what we were saying earlier? You know, that about being unfulfilled. And obviously, Rochelle made a good point about doing this stint and me champion social work, which is true. Because remember I said to you in the previous episode, I said for me, because like true story, like in terms of like going into leadership, it was Rochelle and Stephanie who said, Nana, you know what, at uni, you need to put yourself forward to be a student rep. And they said, actually, you know what, Nana, like we can see you going places, innit? So for me, where I know I'm going to be done will be, I'm at that TM level stage. I just want to go one step further. Then I can be like, you know what? I've done what I need to do. Then I'll duck out. Do you know what I'm saying? That's my drive. I still think that, you know, it's 10 years going 11. It's a long time. I'm not saying to people, you do listen to what Stephanie and Rochelle are saying, because you have to listen to your body and you need to look at your life circumstance as to where you're at. You might have children. You might want to get married. Like, all these things all plays a part. And part of social work is that, you know, like somebody said to me the other day that, you know, when you go on the plane and the plane's about to crash, innit, and they say, put your mask on. You got to put yourself on and be good to be good for others. You have to also put yourself first if you feel as though actually you're not fulfilled.
For real.
1,000%.
All right, so so Nana, I probably know about 10 male social workers. Like, I know quite a few, but social work is very much a female-orientated industry.
It is.
How do you feel about the lack of male social workers within the industry? And should there be more? And if so, why should there be more?
That's a good question.
100%. There needs to be more. I don't think I've worked in a team where there's been a black male in the team, number one. And I've noticed it like 3 years into the career, like every single team I've worked in so far at the time is females. There's only been one white male, and we still needed him because there's certain visits we're like, okay, can you please come because they need to see
a man.
But it's very hard, but we just get on with it, especially where me and Charles we have masculine energy sometimes. And
listen, bruv.
So certain visits, I'm not scared of. I haven't been scared of any visits. The dad's there. Okay, cool, no problem. I'm very softly spoken, but South London is in there, so
exactly.
When you're ready to bring
if you try to think, like, you know it is, isn't it? It's true.
I was gonna say that I just think across the board, I don't think it's social work only. In health and social care industry, it is predominantly a female-dominated service, and that's just because it's been historically looked at as a caring role.
Yeah.
And who
it's true.
is considered more caring when we're looking at the sexes? Women. So who would, you know, tend to them, this is me being a nerd, but like tend to the men in the ward. The nurses were women. All of those things. And it's just kind of filtered through into those organisations. Equally, these jobs don't pay that great. And women, we still don't get paid equally in comparison to our male counterparts. So there's also that.
Men having to be breadwinners with what social
they're not going to go to do the social work job on a permanent page. You get what I mean? So that you're going to more likely find men in like more like dominating roles, working in agency. You'll find them in agency
social work. You find
I just want to touch on that quickly, innit? Because you know, like what they're doing is they're doing a bit of a madness now where they're saying they're going to scrap agency. I know you lot went in on that episode. I literally, just like, what's your views on it? Like, not like literally. I think it's mad what they're doing.
It's absolutely crazy, and it's not going to work.
Oh, thank you.
I don't think it's going to happen.
It's not going to work.
Personally
I
speaking.
don't think it.
Well, they got this London pledge thing.
They're just chatting the thing, man.
Yeah.
It's not going to. No.
No, well, I don't. It's
we
not.
never say never in social work because they'll just come and slap you on your lap, and then it's just you just oh gosh, we all have to leave.
I think some of it will happen.
I think some authorities that really want to like be like, yay, they'll test it out. Seriously, you know those authorities that want to be the goody two shoes authorities. The other ones that don't care in London that are like, no, we need social work. I don't care. We're paying. Like they'll just get on with it. But the others, maybe the outer London ones will be like, no more agency workers. We don't need them. Like, so
it's crazy.
Again,
that boils down to budget.
Yeah. Because everyone's trying to cut back, innit?
But I'm gonna be honest with you though, right? Yeah, like you guys don't get paid a lot of money, you know. No real talk. Like,
crazy.
Like we've had this conversation. I'm like, bruv, how much are you on? Like, what?
No, it's crazy.
Like,
I was talking to a manager the other day, and she was saying to me, Steph, like, this is my first. She's pregnant. I didn't know she was pregnant, but she was saying, this is my first. So she was agency. She's gone into a managerial role, permanent, hoping to get maternity leave and the maternity pay. And when she broke it down to me, I said, you're absolutely joking. So she was like, first of all, I'm on 3K per month as a manager, but that's because I've had to, no, wait. She goes, that's because I've had to tell them not to take my pension. My pension is £2,700. So then I'm like, are you joking? Like, that's absolutely crazy. And then she tells me, she breaks down the maternity stuff, and she's like, for 6 weeks I get 90% of my pay, then for 3 months and then that's it, I'm on government. She goes, Steph, I had all these plans to travel, go and see my family like on my maternity leave, and I've just realised that I can't afford any of it. And not only that, after everything, all of that, when she comes, she can't decide to quit social work or leave or whatever, because she has to come back to St. Borough and work for 3 months give them 3 months. Otherwise, she'll have to pay back that money that they
she has to.
I cannot believe it. What kind of nonsense trap?
See this business in the work.
Because for me, a social worker job is at least starting should be 45.
Minimum.
At least.
Yes.
Like no, at least,
bro.
At least for starting, and then you go from
qualified.
there.
Yeah.
It's a lot. The work's a lot, man.
It's a lot,
crazy.
Bruv.
I was on £33,000. I think it was 2 years into the role.
Better than me, bro.
I was scratching 2K a month.
Boy,
I was like,
Stephanie, I was on 29. Literally,
starting was 27 where I was.
Oh yeah.
But then when it got to 33 in the end, and then only thing that saved it was that I was at my mum's.
Yeah, no, it's true. And then trying to go up a spinal point is even beef.
I know.
You know what I'm trying to say?
You have to do one.
You have to do this. Evaluation. You got to do this. Then you got to go. Imagine you got to go to a panel to give me a pay rise. A panel.
Why are you justifying?
Why are you literally? What? I have to talk to 5 men. I said, why you give me a pay rise? A panel, you know. A mad thing.
And the pay rise is £1,000 more.
It's £1,000 more. Sometimes like £100 depending on your pay.
Yeah.
And then you got your student loan and national insurance and all these things to pay for.
And you're getting taxed as well.
Again, Charles in the video, why do you want to be a social worker? There are multiple other roles, corporate.
She's getting passionate.
It's true.
People like, Steph, you what's the words?
Motivate me
to be a social worker. I'm like, I don't want to because it's I don't like. Do you want money?
Yeah.
We have to earn a living.
Yeah.
The role is there, but we have to earn a living.
Yeah.
So people say, "Oh, you're just doing it for the money." Why do people work? Why do you go and get a job? Because you need to earn a living.
No, that actually irks me when like comments come and like they're like, you're doing it for the money.
No, we don't.
We actually, and this is the parents actually.
I don't know why people think that, you know.
On TikTok specifically, a lot of parents are misinformed.
Yeah.
They think that you're getting paid to remove children and I've never seen it, I've never heard it. There's no incentive, there's nothing.
We don't even want to do that.
In terms of the local authority, they might be paid to obviously accommodate children, which is
because they have that money.
No, but the local authority has to pay the age. They has to fork out.
But to be saying, you get incentives and you get payment for removing children, absolutely not. I think it's more headache removing a child. Trust me, if we can keep every child at home,
exactly.
I'm sure we would do
you're
that.
Damned if you do, you're
damned if you don't.
Like if you don't take the child away, you're a witch. If you take them away, you're a witch. So it's like
families don't.
What's the worst things you've been called by parents?
Do you know what's funny? I've had an amazing run.
Is it? Okay. You've never been abused?
I've never been abused. And when there's two social workers and they're cussing, they're like, no, not you. I'm like, yeah, damn right.
The abuse. But you're blessed then.
They said not that one.
Not that
one. All the time. Or when it's teenagers, my strong point is teenagers.
Yeah.
And when they're cussing, no, not you.
Yeah.
The other one.
Yeah. The only
for the energy
like in the MASH team, when a guy told me go and F myself, and I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
I was like, no problem, bye.
Yeah.
But normally, no one's ever said anything to my face or come in my face or
Rochelle?
Man.
Yeah, mine just been, a family have said, oh, you can be rude. Like, why are you being so rude? And I was like, babe, I'm not being rude. I'm just telling you. Like, I'm just telling you. And I remember I have had one complaint from one family. They wanted to remove the social worker. And well, me as their social worker when I was out assessing, but it was only because I was like, Mum, I don't understand. You've got all of these concerns about your child. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, no one has ever spoken to me like that in my house before. And I was like, if I don't speak to you like this, if I don't tell you, I don't want you to read it in my conference report and you say no one's ever told me. So I'm going to tell you everything that they're thinking, that my manager's going to read, that they're going to ask me, why is the mum doing this? Why is this young person X, Y, Z? So for me, my issue, like I always say, has been direct. So I have had a few run-ins like with families. On the phone the other day, I was like, oh, you're very insensitive to my situation. And I was just like, I'm really not trying to be insensitive to your situation. I'm just reading the facts. These are the facts. You've said you're scared. You said you're really worried. You said all of these things, but you're still allowing contact. I'm giving you matter of fact information. Like, let's make it make sense. And I feel like sometimes you have to break it down to our families. Just because when it progresses, they'll be like, well, I was blindsided. No one ever told me. No one informed me. Exactly. So I'm always going to be that worker that informs at manager level, social worker level, whatever.
Straight.
I've had a complaint, but it wasn't even from the family. It was from the perpetrator. Which is crazy. And this is why you have to document everything.
Everything,
That day, it was like, past 5, I'm going to visit. Cut a long story short, I love this word,
You do, she does all the time.
Basically, knocked on the door, no one was there, so I wrote a little note.
I've done a visit, please contact me,
Please call me, put it through the letterbox. The longest page complaint. And then the perpetrator was saying how I've put a letter through the family's letterbox detailing all the information about him. Thank the heavens, before I put that thing through, I took a picture.
On point.
I said to my manager, go on my work phone and look at the time of the visit and look at the time of that picture.
Yeah.
That's what I put through the thingy. That's what saved me. Document everything.
Literally.
Like they say, if it's not documented, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So before we end, I just want to ask something else. How important is women's mental health as a social worker?
Yeah.
Very important. It's so important. Like,
it's crazy. It has such a huge impact.
So we're hormonal creatures. Like, we're actually hormonal beings. Like, we can be on our periods and we still have to come into the office on our periods.
So imagine a manager on their period and you just know you're on your period, because why are you treating people like this?
Correct. I feel like women, we're very emotive. A lot of the beef that can happen in the office is just due to pure emotions. Like, I don't think it's anything else, because men, I think they're more strategic, they just think more logically. But women, we're thinking with our emotions. There can be a bit of bitchiness sometimes, but it's just because of how we're genetically built.
To the point where you can actually find yourself. Well, I felt like I was losing myself in seeing people because everything was social work. Like, who am I?
What about your physical health as well?
Physical health.
Sorry, can you repeat that again? That's a valid point you made just now.
So my life, in frontline, 7.5 years in frontline, it was literally paperwork, people's problems. Like, it's like a hypnosis. It's crazy. And then one day I was just sitting there typing court report, everything. And I was thinking, I've got family. I've got, like, who am I? It's like I was thinking, like, who am I again? Like, I like doing things in my home. Look at my house. I like you lose yourself. You become so consumed by the amount of work you've got to do, and you can't do it in your 9 to 5. So you've got to do it outside of your 9 to 5. It just becomes so crazy. And then people that want to have children, for example, this job, I promise you, will have an impact on your hormones and everything. Go and research about stress and hormones. And then people are struggling to have kids. And then they're thinking, what is it? It's your damn job. The level of stress, social work, like
stress and social work.
How do both of you individually just lock off? Like, what's your me time?
What's your detox? How do you switch off?
How do you switch off?
I mean, now in MASH, it's easier to switch off.
Okay.
A bit easier, but I was even this morning, I was thinking, I know tomorrow when I open my laptop, I hope no one got stabbed this weekend. That's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping there's no stabbings or there's no big.
You can't really switch off.
You can't, because you're always thinking about what's next, and that's why, because you're living. You're not, it's living in real time. Literally.
In my prayers, I pray for some of my cases, because
you're like me.
Only God can save some people. And if something happens, it's on your name. The serious case review, it's your name. So you just have to.
I do apologize. How do you deal with trauma, like professional trauma? Because I've had experience where I've worked with cases who've died, unfortunately, of gun crime and knife crime. On your cases, how do you deal with trauma, professional trauma? Like, what? How do you?
That is such a good, for me, that is a very good question. I don't do anything personally. Like, you guys will see me doing a little Copperberg. That is my friend. I know I shouldn't promote that, but do you know what? At this point, that is like literally how I can release. I just need something to refresh. I need to just, for me, thinking about the weekends, what I've got planned, seeing family, friends, spending time with my son, closing that. Like, as soon as I go like this,
that's it.
I feel a little bit of weight has lifted from my shoulders. Like, and I do like to plan my days out. I do like to say, okay, cool, I'm gonna get all these things done. Once I've ticked everything off my to-do list, I don't care who's coming to throw anything. I'm not coming to do it. It'll wait until tomorrow. It's waiting until tomorrow. It's not urgent, because we're not living in real time. That's the long and short of it. It's already happened. We're responding to risk that has already happened. So whatever we put in place, unless it's immediate danger, I'm not coming to stress myself.
But in terms of like professional trauma, I mean, my thing has always been sexual abuse. That's my thing. Like, there's a certain case I dealt with in 2018 that still stays on my mind. But then you can't really say to a manager, especially as a senior, don't allocate me sexual abuse cases. It has such an impact. It's just, it sticks with me. Like, I'm driving, I'm thinking, I know he done it. Like, it's crazy. You can't really escape it. But that, when it comes to children, and I still can't, I'll say it's a demon, but I still can't understand how people would do certain things to children. But I've had so many different sexual abuse cases that I've dealt with in my whole social work career, even to the point where I've had to separate 4 different children because of what was happening. It's that my thing is sexual, is that trauma. It's crazy. Like, death can happen and all of that stuff, depending on how the baby dies. I haven't dealt with anyone that's but mine is sexual abuse, and it's very difficult for me to. It's never been. That's my most difficult one to deal with.
It's I know we got in, but it's almost like I'm quite similar to both of you. it's almost like it's quite normalised, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
I was going to say that.
Yeah,
I don't have.
it's-
I was going to say that
Yeah.
I don't have anything that triggers me.
Because you become very numb because it's the
I
norm.
read so much every day and I'm consuming so much information.
It becomes the norm.
It's like, okay, it's either social, physical harm.
Yeah. And it's sad.
And it's so sad.
Yeah.
And that's why we need to go.
Yeah.
Because when you become numb,
but something happening in your family and you're like,
what it is.
It's a function, isn't it?
Yeah.
Social work desensitizes you.
Yeah.
Literally, you become numb. It's like Charles got stabbed. And it's like, that's so sad.
Yeah.
But
what's the next paper?
What's next? But it's sad that it does. It
Have
makes
I
you
done my
robotic.
safety plan? Yep.
Yeah.
Family.
It's
Okay,
sad,
cool.
bro.
Yeah.
Very, very,
You
very
don't even
sad.
ask parents how's the actual child right. Like, it's like this is what we're
It's
concerned about.
sad, though.
It's
very sad.
And
It's
I
very,
just
very
feel
sad.
like when you do become very desensitized, like for me, I read so much every day. In MASH, you do come across. They're filtering everything for the service. I know that if I have no feelings and I have no emotions to something, then I don't care. And if I don't care, then that means it's time for me to go.
Time for you to go, yeah.
And it's not that I don't care because
unhealthy,
I
isn't
do
it?
my job very well and I do a very good job at my job. But if I don't feel then that is speaking
time for you
me
to go.
loudly.
But a lot of social workers don't feel like this. The ones that are like past 5 years. A lot of us don't feel it's like
you can't feel
because they have so much
Yeah.
But like Charles was saying in MASH, obviously in frontline you're allocated a certain amount of cases that you're dealing with for like a couple of months or whatever. MASH is day in day out.
Every single day, contact referrals, process screening, multiple. It's true.
And then I'm just like,
it's not. It MASH is
non-stop.
Like imagine just having a bell in your.
No.
That's what MASH is like. Imagine, bruv. It might be serious, bruv.
I know.
No, but it's true.
Yeah.
A constant bell like that.
But remember, you're
absorbing
feeling.
it.
Imagine when you've got a toxic friendship, and you're like, no, I can't feel my energy with that. But you're going to feel energy with sexual abuse, physical abuse,
it's non-stop.
It's so consuming. So this year, I just said I'm going to put myself first. I've been trying to do swimming, drinking. I've never been listen, I drink as soon as I close my laptop Friday. I need a drink.
Rosé.
It's so sad. Why? It's so sad because how is that one of my coping mechanisms?
No, it's true.
Like, I try to be active.
But you know what's sad? Though? They don't tell you that in the job. Listen, switch off, put yourself first. No one tells you.
Well-being.
No one tells you that.
Apart from supervision, have you ever been able to have like a health and well-being day at social
I
work?
haven't, not in 11 years.
Can we even switch off for a day and say, look, all social workers go have a team day. Even to get a team day out, they're fighting and struggling.
We
can't have a team day.
Who's going to come whilst the team's away?
They don't want to give you no money.
There's no budget. It happens.
Our way
It's
day was
£10.
training. That was our way day. We had training about cultural competence because of what happened that week. But we had training.
I'm telling you, bro.
I said I'm coming to training, and then you're giving us some food. That's our away day.
Exactly.
Talking about work, they just can't help it.
Listen, guys, I absolutely want to thank Stephanie and Rochelle.
I want them to come back again.
No, you have to come back. Listen, please come back. I actually want you both to come back, honestly. Honestly. I want to thank Rochelle and Stephanie. I actually want to thank you both for what you do, for the content, because I know you both are, you're going to be exiting, but you've given a lot of hope to a lot of social workers who watch you both, who see, you're giving them the reality of stepping in. You've got social workers who they're able to relate to you both. Your content is absolutely amazing. I want everybody who watches this to follow these two. These two.
Listen,
black. Let me finish this, bro. Let me finish this.
All right, sorry.
These absolutely amazing, beautiful black
100%,
women
100%.
who are succeeding, who are going places. Absolutely. You need to follow them.
Right, and let me put some sauce on that. Just keep winning.
Keep winning.
And keeping glamorous, right? Keep the train moving, And listen, we know it's time, but use that to go into even better and bigger teams.
Absolutely.
Man. So,
absolutely.
And you're coming back,
No, you're coming back. So guys, you're going to see them again.
No, but bruv, all this about no live show. Like, are you mad? Nah. Right? Even if because we're going to do a live show, and even if there's a little segment where you guys can just do like a little 15, 20.
Yeah, no, 100.
Like,
100.
You've got great experience,
100.
man. Like, seriously.
Yeah, honestly, no,
fabulous,
thank you
man.
both, honestly. And look,
Yeah,
guys,
man.
we're going to put their... Listen,
Yeah, the socials and...
socials are going to see it there,
Hey,
yeah?
plug the podcast again.
Yeah, no, podcast, please.
Plug it.
Alright, so yeah, guys, I will be hosting Mama Drama Pod on basically every single platform. Make sure you check it out. It's all content on parenting, life, relationships, and anything in between.
Fantastic.
And your TikTok?
Oh, my TikTok.
Uh-huh.
This guy.
Hey, listen.
I'm supposed to have started up my consult. See, everything I'm supposed to have done has just been on the back burner, but in Jesus' name, it's going to happen.
Fantastic,
IASW Consultancy.
Amen.
And then also on YouTube, I am Shells, and Instagram,
Fantastic,
Shells with 9 S's.
Yes.
Nine S's.
Stephanie.
9 S's, you know.
I know. Legit. It's shells, bro. Yeah.
Because the name was taken, guys, and I wanted to.
Yeah. Nah. Stephanie.
Personal Wonder Woman, just lifestyle, trying
Fantastic.
to encourage people to pray, be active, still enjoy your life.
Lovely.
Hair and beauty stuff, Wonders Beauty Bar.
Yes.
Yes.
And YouTube, Wondersworld. Instagram, my home and just home content,
Fantastic.
Wondersworld, 2Ds at the end as well. But yeah, I'm going to become much more active on all these platforms.
Yeah.
I know you guys are always demanding content, but I haven't ignored it. It's just the lack of capacity. But trust me, once I do exit
Soon
social
comes,
work,
coming.
You're gonna be like,
I'm going to be like, you guys are going to be fed up.
Yeah.
Soon
Man.
Wondersworld of
Guys, it's been a pleasure.
No, it's been an absolute amazing.
Thank you so much.
Nah,
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
man,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Relate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Peace.
Thank you.
Later. Hey, don't forget the suntan today,
Yeah, exactly. Enjoy yourselves. Yeah, it's done. Hey, that was wicked, you know.
It was really
That
good.
was a
Did you
wicked.
stop the cameras or do you want? I can stop there. This is my
Nah,
first
he's on
time
it.
on a podcast.
Yeah. Nah, that was wicked. No, Stephanie, that was amazing, you know.
It was
That was
really good.
that